I'm going to teach you how to set up this automation that goes ahead and it keeps track of every successful payment that comes through on Paystack. That way you don't need to go ahead and manually log in each time. So let's go ahead and let's run this. I have test data pinned there. Execute workflow, goes ahead, does everything. Boom. All right, so when we check inside of our Google Sheet, that was the one made for April. It stores the date, the customer full name there, their email, the amount of that, and then the product name right there, and then which payment channel and their reference right there. Keep in mind this is just a test data, and I'll be showing you how to do the exact same thing and implement it inside of Paystack so you can get it ready and working. But first of all, I'm going to show you what you need to get set up and ready already. So this is how you need to have your Google Sheet set up, each tab there with their name, and also a main summary one. The summary one just helps keep the total sales made in that specific month. Now, let me go ahead and I'll teach you how to start making this automation for yourself. And keep in mind, if you want to go ahead and immediately grab this automation for yourself, I will have it down in the link in the description so you can just go ahead and build it. But if you want to follow along with this video, go ahead and do so. All right, then the very first step, after you got the Google Sheet set up, you want to go ahead and rename that Paystack Logger. You want to go ahead and you want to pick the webhook, put in a webhook right there, and then immediately this is the webhooks that you'll be using. Now for the HTTP method, you want to go ahead set that to post so that it can receive the information. After you've gotten that right there, now you want to go ahead and you want to take the production URL, copy that right there. Now go inside of Paystack, and over here where it says API keys and webhooks, you want to go right there and scroll all the way down, and now you'll see the test webhook URL. You want to go ahead and you want to paste that there and then save the changes. The reason why we're putting it right there is because we're not in live mode yet, but as soon as we're in live mode and everything is set up, do the exact same thing here for the live webhook and copy and paste it inside of there. Now the reason why we're setting this up is so that Paystack can send the information to us so we can update it inside of our Google Sheet. After you've done that, go right back into the workflow of the automation. Now you want to go ahead and type in the if node. Now Paystack has a tendency of running two webhook requests at once. The first one will be for when the subscription, if you're running a subscription, when that is created, and if the payment they made has been successful. Those are the two that will be sent to you. Now you only want to check if the payment sent to you has been correct. Therefore, you want to go ahead and type in this json.body.event. Now you specifically want to type here charge.success. This will specifically check if the payment was successful and not when a subscription was created or anything like that. So subscription. All right. Right after that, you go now to the true path, and here you want to go ahead type in set edit fields, and now here is where we'll be sorting out the information. So you want to go ahead, you want to grab their dates, you want to grab the customer name, you want to grab their email, you want to grab their reference, you want to grab the amount that they paid, you want to grab the payment channel, and you want to go ahead and you want to grab the product or plan that they're using. So if you're selling a product or a subscription plan. Now it's important that you make sure that these fields in here are the same as these ones in here. Now not word for word, but they're similar to the ones that you have in here, and it's the same amount. So let's go ahead, and now we first need some data to work with. Inside of Paystack in test mode, I quickly had this set up, a plan set up, so we can go ahead and get the information. Now before we go ahead and enter everything, you want to go ahead, go back to the Paystack automation. You want to publish it even if it's not correct yet. Publish it. Now this will allow us to get the information when the payment has been in and the information is being sent to us. So put in my name, KadenDBC@gmail.com, and then pay now and subscribe. So you go ahead and select the success right there, and then pays are right there, and now it will go ahead and send the information to that webhook that we have right there. So check your executions. Now inside of the execution is what you should have gotten. not the first one. The first one is when they create the subscription, and the second one is specifically when the payment has been successful, and that's the one we want to copy to the editor. So copy to the editor. Now that we've copied all of that information, you want to go ahead, go back into the edit fields here where it says edit fields. Let's put in sales info. I'll just rename that. Now here where it says date, you want to go down to the body right here. You want to drag the paid ad right here. So paid ad, drag that into the date. Here where it says customer name, you want to go ahead, scroll all the way down until you see the first name of them, and then you want to open that because you want to add in more than that. So their first name, and you want to also drag in their last name. You also want to drag in their last name right there, so you have the full name and last name. And here where it says email, you want to drag in the customer's email. Here where it says reference, you want to go to where it says data, and here at the data, you want to drag in the reference right there. Where it says amount, you want to drag in the amount right there. Now the reason the plan I created was 100 Rand, but here it says that right there, it says about 10,000. Therefore, each time inside of here, you want to go ahead and type in /100. That way it divides it by 100, so you get the right amount each time that they actually paid for. Now here it says payment channel, you want to drag in the channel right there, and then the product /plan. You want to go all the way where it says plan right there, and you want to drag in the name right there. So drag in that name. So now that we have everything right there, so now your sales info is all stored up and ready. You can go ahead, type in code, because now we want to extract the month now. Okay, the month from the date that has been inserted. So I already have that, the code there from the previous one that we used. So I'm going to go ahead, copy that, paste that right in there. And as you can see, everything is already and set up. So then get month. After that, then you want to go ahead, type in Google Sheets, and then you want to append row in sheet, because now you want to save the information. Go ahead, pick the document name, which mine is Paystack sales log, and here where it says from list, you want to do it by name and expression, so leave that blank there. And now we actually need information to work with, so we already have data pinned. Execute the workflow. Data has been gotten right there. Now as you'll notice here where it says get month, there I didn't get any month. That means I did something incorrectly. Alright, so as you can see right here, it's storing it this way with that, and here we're splitting it with a slash, which is not the case. So you want to go ahead and you want to put in a minus sign right there, then execute the workflow once again. Now it should have gotten the month there, so April, and after we put in the minus, so now it got April right there. So drag in the month there. Now this will allow us to put it inside of the correct sheet right below, so that it's in the correct month. Now the date, you want to drag in the date there, you want to drag in the customer name, drag in their email, drag in the amount, drag in their reference, drag in their payment channel, and then drag in the product there that they got. Alright, now after you've done all that, you want to go ahead, type in Google Sheets, the Google Sheets right there, and now you want to go ahead and you want to grab all of the information. So get rows in sheet, and you want to get all of the sales inside of that specific month. Alright, now here where it says pick the document name once again, and now here you want to go ahead and by name once again, because you want to do it according to the month. So the month tab, drag that in there, and that will make sure that we only get all of the sales within April. So now you want to go ahead, type code once again, and now this code will be used to calculate the totals of everything that we have received. Now also I already have the code already there, so let me just go ahead, copy and paste this, then paste that right down there. Everything looks good, and get total sales, calculate total sales. Alright, so that will make sure that we calculate the total sales. Now at the end here, after we've calculated the total sales, you want to go ahead, Google Sheet, you want to go ahead and you want to pick update row in sheet. Now here as well, we'll update the total sales, rename that update total sales. So we'll update the total sales. Here where it says the document, same name. And now this time for the sheet, you can just go ahead and pick the summary where each month's total sales are being recorded, and columns you want to match it on. It's not the row number. You want to match it on the month right here. So you want to use the month. Here where it says get month, so you want to go ahead, grab the month tab, drag it all the way. And here where it says total sales, we'll need the output from the calculate total sales. So we'll go ahead, execute the workflow once again. Alright then, now it should have calculated the total sales, which here we have it right here. Now drag in the total sales right into that block. Now here where it says get month, you can leave it like that, or you can also go ahead and grab the month tab from the calculate total sales instead of get month, but it's still the same, so you don't really need to do that. So now that we have everything set up, let's go ahead and we'll test if it actually works. So as you can see here with the test data and everything, here's my name, everything set up, everything there 100 correctly, and that's the test data that came in just now. And then the summary, which is going to stay 100 because we didn't correctly update it here just yet. But now if we go ahead, execute workflow, saves it, it gets the sales made in that month, then it updates the total. And when we go ahead and check summary once again, it's 300, and that is correct in April. So we've made 3 sales and it's 300. And now you can, anytime there's a successful payment, you can just simply go to Google Sheets and check how your sales are doing instead of manually needing to log into Paystack each single time. And that will save you a lot of time compared to signing in, quickly checking, moving around. And in case you're keeping track of your books, this will also help you keep track of the total sales that you made and help you with keeping your books more efficient. And that brings us to the end of this video.